This is the new Nintendo 3DS. Now, if you guys been watching my channel for a while, you know that this is my main Nintendo handheld system. On the other hand, we have the new Nintendo 2DS XL. Now, between these two consoles, there's actually a lot of similarities between them, but also a lot of differences. So today, we're going to be comparing these two and finding out which one of these systems is the best. Let's get started. Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today, as you can tell by the title, we're going to be comparing the new Nintendo 3DS to the new Nintendo 2DS XL. Now, big thanks to SM Studios for providing me and lending me his 2DS XL for this video. I'll leave his channel in the description, but there is a lot of similarities between these two consoles, so we're going to be finding out which one of these two is the best. First off, let's take a look at the design. So, as you guys are probably already well aware of the design of the new Nintendo 3DS, if you've been watching my channel, you'll know that it looks pretty basic. So, it has a very nice white finish, although in person it's a little bit more on the beige side, I guess. And when you open it up, it does look pretty clean. So, as you can see here, you've got the 4 colored buttons. I don't know if this is actually Nintendo's decision, but to me, this is kind of reminiscent to the SNES. And on the side, of course, you do have your D-pad, your circle pad, and at the bottom, you have your home button, start and select. Now, on the top, you have your volume slider on the left, 3D slider on the right, and your camera at the top. So, that's pretty much the design here, and of course, it is very, the sides are very flat, and it is curved, so it is pretty comfortable while gaming, so just holding it like that, that's pretty good. Now, when we go over to the 2DS XL, this is not a design that we're used to seeing here on the channel. So, it's a very, it is bigger than the new Nintendo 3DS, and it opts for this dark or matte black finish, along with this glossy turquoise, as Nintendo calls it. And it does look pretty cool. So, as you can see here, you've got port for the power, and actually, if I go back to this 3DS here, you'll see that it's actually offset to, in this case, the right side of the top of the console compared to being straight in the middle of the 3DS. Now, also going back to the front, as you can see here, you've got your headphone jack right in the center, right next to the stylus, so that's pretty much the same here. And you've also got your game card slot there. But here, it's not exposed. There's actually a little flap here, which is actually really annoying for me to get rid of. Hold on. Why can I not open this? Ah, there we go. Takes a little bit of grunt. And here, of course, that's where your game card slot is. But what's different about this unit is that there's actually a slot for a micro SD card here. Now, this will come with a 4GB card. My system might put a 32 inside of it. So it's a lot more accessible on the 2DS XL compared to being under the rear panel on the 3DS. Now, if we open up the 2DS XL, as you can see, the whole display itself is a lot bigger. So it kind of looks like a cell phone or a smartphone almost, with like the glossy, like almost like one sheet of plastic, where you've got your light bezels here, and you've got the screen right in the middle. And on the bottom, as you can see here, you've got those turquoise matching buttons and D-pad, and light grey circle pad and C-stick. And of course, you've actually got your camera in the middle, which is not the same on the 3DS, where it opts to have it on the top of the screen. And if we flip around to the back, the cameras are on that side compared to being on the screen on the 3DS. So, in terms of design, I'm actually going to give it... Ooh, okay, I think I might give this to the 2DS XL, as well as comfort. So, these are pretty comfortable systems to play on, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably go with this 2DS XL. Not only is it a bit more curved on the edges, but it's also, the shape of the bumpers here are a lot nicer to clutch while you're gaming. And it just overall is bigger. So design point and comfort points is going to go to the new Nintendo 2DS XL. Let's get these systems powered on here. If I can press the button. I did. Awesome. Give these a second to load. Alright, so we both have these powered on now. And as you can see, the display size is very different. So, I'm not sure how big the displays on these are, but they're both the exact same resolution for the top screen as well as the bottom screen. So if I had to pick which one looks better, I'd probably say the 3DS looks better, mainly because it's smaller. So that's just one thing I'll mention. But in terms of software, these are both running the standard 3DS system software, so you can go through, select whatever you want to do, and of course you've got your digital games and stuff. Because this is my friend SM Studio's system, he does have a few more games on it than I do, or a few more digital ones, and mine is cleaner, and of course I do have the Super Smash Bros. Theme on there. So, in terms of the software, these are pretty good, and so let's actually, now we're on here, let's talk about the feature set. So, the feature set for these is pretty bare bones, I guess. So, of course, you do have the double screens, and the bottom screen is a touchscreen, so you can swipe through here, or actually use the stylus, which in this case is about that big, so it's actually not too bad, but some people have made fun of the size of this. And you can use this to control the interface, go through, open up apps and stuff. And it's the same thing on the 3DS as well, with a similar stylus. Now, of course, mine was refurbished, so this came with a black stylus, so you can see that there. And of course, you can swipe through your system as well and open up apps. And you can also, while you're playing games, you can also use it for certain actions while you're playing. So, as well as both having cameras for AR games, which is pretty cool. So when you buy one of these, you'll usually get the AR cards included. But because mine was refurbished, I didn't get those AR cards, unfortunately. So that's pretty cool that you've got those AR cards included. And this 3DS here has a 3D manipulation, which is kind of hard to get across on camera, but when you turn it up, it just gives the screen a bit more depth of field. It does look a little bit odd, so I usually keep it off most of the time, mainly because it gives me a little bit more headaches when I do it, and this 2DS XL completely lacks the feature to do that. So, in terms of features, these are pretty much both the exact same, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably go with the 3DS just because it does have that extra 3D. If it's something you don't care about, then, I mean, just go with the 2DS. Okay, so the next thing we'll probably want to have a look at is game performance. So I'm going to be using Super Mario 3D Land here for my game of choice. I have already done a game review on this, so you can check that out in, on my channel, which of course will be linked. I gotta open this thing up again because I suck at this. Okay, that was a lot easier that time. It is harder to book games in here, I will say. Alright, push it in there. Oh, accidentally opened the camera. So, yeah. And, alright, there we go. Super Mario 3D Land. And we'll also turn up the game audio for this one, so I'll put it on max volume. Actually, I'll turn it down slightly. Alright, so, of course, here we can press A. We'll just go with one of these. We'll just go with this. Let's go here and just jump into a game. So, in terms of gaming performance, it should be identical if I remember how to play Super Mario 3D Land, which I'm not sure if I'm able to. Oh, okay. So, yep. So yeah, gaming performance will be mostly identical across the board, so you shouldn't expect a massive difference between the 2DS XL and new Nintendo 3DS as I jump on a Koopa Troopa here. Jumping onto the same Super Mario 3D Land and the same world on the new Nintendo 3DS, gameplay is almost identical. If I just tilt the screen so you can see it a little bit better. I'm sorry, there is a little bit of glare, I should say. These screens are actually quite glary, so they're not very good for outdoors. So game load times are about identical, so you shouldn't expect much of a difference there, which is good. And yeah, so I just beat all them up, which is awesome. And yeah, game performance is pretty much identical, which is to be expected of the new Nintendo systems, I should say, or the new Nintendo 3DS family of systems. Now, after testing those games, I did notice something, and I'm not sure if you guys noticed it as well, but it is something I could kind of tell. So, it was mainly the speakers which I noticed. So, if you open up the 3DS here, you'll see that it has dual front-firing stereo speakers, which they do sound pretty good, but they are a little bit quiet. But you could hear them just fine when I was recording. But when you go over to the 2DS XL, I actually noticed they were substantially louder, which is better if you don't plan on using headphones for gaming. And speaking of headphones for gaming, if you don't like the speakers, you can just plug headphones into the headphone jack. Thank God these have headphone jacks, because not a lot of devices these days still have headphone jacks. Now, this is coming down to the last point of this video, which is kind of important, is price and availability. Now, 3DSs, they're on their way out. There's no hiding from that. These are on their way out, because you have the very successful Nintendo Switch, and the new Switch Lite, and supposedly a new upcoming Switch Pro. So these 3DS systems have been around for quite a while, and they are on their way out. So for starters, let's talk about the new Nintendo 3DS, which is actually the older out of these two systems. So this is the first of the new lineup, and I think it came out in 2014, I think, or 2015, somewhere around there, and out of all of the new 3DS systems, which includes the new 3DS, the new 3DS XL, and the new 2DS XL, this was actually the only one, as far as I know, that was discontinued. So you can't actually get this one brand new anymore, but you can get it refurbished. So back when this is brand new in Australia and New Zealand, this actually cost around $220. Now, when we go over to the 2DS XL, it is that exact same $220. Now, when you open these up, you won't actually get a charger with this one, whereas with the 2DS XL, you'll actually get one with this. So, it's kind of interesting when you look at these, because this one's discontinued, and this one's still available. In fact, this is the oldest of the new Nintendo 3DS systems, and this is the newest, which came all the way out in 2017. Plus, there are more color options for this, so you can get this in black and turquoise or white and orange. And you do have a couple of special editions, including a Minecraft special edition, a Hylian Shield edition, Pokeball edition, a Pikachu edition, and I think there might be another one, but I've already forgotten. So yeah, you can get quite a few editions of this. Now, when it comes to the 3DS, you can only get in white and black. But the selling point of this, which is, I think, the main thing about this, the plates are removable, so you can swap them out for different colors. I've yet to get a color. I really want to get some orange. I probably should have gotten this in the white and orange, because, yeah, probably just should have done that. But, realistically speaking, I don't know if anyone's going to be buying a 3DS this day and age. And even if you are, you do really want a 3DS, if I had to pick between these two, I'm going to have to go with the 2DS XL on this one. It provides better sound quality from the speakers, it's more comfortable, it has bigger screens, and it just is a newer model, meaning that this is probably the most supported 3DS model that Nintendo sells today. So this was actually a really tough comparison, it was very close, but I am going to have to give it to the 2DS XL here. What did you guys think of this comparison? Definitely let me know in the comments below, and of course, huge shout out to SM Studios for lending me his 2DS XL. Now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!